Hello, how are you doing? I hope you're having an amazing day and welcome to another video. One of the best action cameras that you can buy right now is the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. I already compared this with the DJI Action 5 Pro. You can watch that video on my channel, but some of you asked me to compare this with the DJI Pocket 3. I know they are different type of cameras, but it's important to know which one is right for you and how they compare in terms of video quality, stabilization, low light performance, and other details that you should consider if you're thinking to buy one of these cameras. Now, this video is not sponsored, and as always, everything that I say in this video is my own opinion. These two cameras have a small form factor and they have a similar weight. One of the main features of the Pocket 3 is that it has a mechanical 3-axis gimbal, and this is important because this is going to make your videos more stable and will keep the horizon level straight. The gimbal itself can be a bit fragile, so you need to be more careful not to break it, and there can be a bit of bouncing up and down depending on how you walk. There is a touch-enabled color display that can rotate to a horizontal or vertical position. This clever design can use that position to determine if you want to shoot in portrait or landscape. And for selfie videos, you can flip the camera around by pressing the joystick 3 times. And something important to know is that this device is not waterproof. The Insta360 Ace Pro 2 does not have a gimbal, but it relies on electronic stabilization, which does a very good job. Although horizon lock doesn't work in some video modes, as you will see in this review, but just like other action cameras, this has been designed to be more durable and it's waterproof down to 12 meters. It has a front-facing display that only has some basic information about your settings and it's not touch-enabled, and because of this, I feel that most of the time it's not so useful, but you can flip the display all the way around, and this is great for selfie-style videos so you can see the composition or change the settings that you want. I like the big size and the fact that you can change the angle, which can help to improve your filmmaking experience. This camera has a magnetic quick-release system that is fully compatible with GoPro-style accessories. But I like to use this other one that has the option to use the GoPro-style fingers or a 1/4-inch thread hole to mount this on a tripod, for example. And this time, I'll try to remember to put the link of this product down below. For the video quality, the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 has a new Leica lens, and inside the camera, it has 2 AI chips, one that has been upgraded from the first generation and a new dedicated Pro chip for image processing and noise reduction. This sounds very technical, but this translates into better performance when it comes to image quality, which has multiple benefits like better low light performance, less noise, higher dynamic range, and the ability to record videos in HDR up to 60 frames per second. The Ace Pro 2 can shoot in 8K, but side by side against 4K videos shot with the same camera, there is some difference, but it's not something that everyone can notice right away unless you zoom in and look around for those details. I think that most users are not going to do that, and there is also the fact that video files shot at 8K are bigger. The battery life on the camera is going to last up to 1 hour, and there are other limitations like having a maximum of 30 frames per second, a less effective stabilization, and not having any type of horizon lock, so this resolution, in my opinion, is not going to be very useful or attractive for many of us. On the other hand, we have the Pocket 3, which has been a very popular device because the video quality that you get is amazing. The maximum resolution is 4K, and you should be able to tell that there is a difference in the video quality when compared side by side with the Ace Pro 2. One of the main reasons for this is because the Pocket 3 has a larger 1-inch sensor that will result in better image quality, where the Ace Pro 2 has a 1/1.3-inch sensor, which is not bad for an action camera, but it's not going to capture as much light as the Pocket 3. Both cameras can record using H.265, and the bitrate seems to be very high and consistent at around 100 megabits per second if you record using 24 or 60 frames per second. Although the Ace Pro 2 does have a slightly higher bitrate in almost every single video that I've shot. You can record in 4K at 120 frames per second with these cameras, but on the Pocket 3, the only way to use that frame rate is by using the slow motion mode. And even though this has a much lower bitrate, the image quality remains to be quite good. The quality on the Ace Pro 2 is also good enough, but you can use horizon lock when you record using 60 or 120 frames per second. And this is the reason why in this video where I'm trying to run behind the dog and his owner, it doesn't look stable. The horizon is just bouncing up and down, and as I said before, this is the advantage of having a mechanical gimbal like the one on the Pocket 3. Now, one of the main complaints that some users have expressed about the Pocket 3 is that selecting vertical mode will have a maximum resolution of 3K. But there is a little trick that you can use to avoid that, where you hold the camera like this. This is honestly not the way that I like to use it, but I'm just passing the information. The Pocket 3 can record using the log-M with 10-bit color, which is a flat color profile that will make your videos more flexible to color grade in post. But the normal color mode also has 10-bit color. This will help to increase the dynamic range, and you will get better skin tones and more realistic colors. The Ace Pro 2 also has a flat color profile, but it doesn't support 10-bit color, and Insta360 have said that this is not a feature that too many users are looking for in these kind of cameras. And even if they change their minds, they won't be able to fix this with a firmware update, but something tells me that they will come around in a year or maybe two. For low light situations, these two cameras have a video mode that will do a great job to lift the shadows, enhance the brightness, and apply a denoiser at the same time to make your videos look better, but we have to understand that we're not going to get perfect results. The size of the sensor on the Ace Pro 2 is going to be a limitation, and I feel that the Pocket 3 does a better job in this department as the larger sensor is going to capture more light. This is the camera that I've been using lately for this purpose, and most of the time I feel that the results are quite impressive. With this example, we're going to be able to see that the level of details are much higher. So if I zoom in on the tower, the Pocket 3 looks much better. And I am not sure if you can tell that on the top, there seems to be some kind of blur on the video clip shot with the Insta360 camera. Now, if I zoom in on the signs, the one on the Pocket 3 are easier to read, and as you can see, this is not the case on the Ace Pro 2. But the reality is that this device is one of the best action cameras for low light videos. In this mode, it can record up to 4K at 60 frames per second, and if you're going to post on social media or if you're going to make casual content, it should be more than enough. And besides that, I like that the pure video night mode helps to reduce the annoying motion blur that looks like a vibration glitch effect that happens when these kind of cameras are using the electronic stabilization in low light. And all of this is fantastic, but I don't like that this pure video mode once again does not support horizon lock, and I have to spend extra time to edit those videos to make them look straight. The Pocket 3 cannot record over 30 frames per second using the low light video mode, but it's not going to have any issues with the stabilization or keeping the horizon straight. The Ace Pro 2 has a wider field of view, so you can fit more inside your frame, and if you pay attention to all the video clips inside this review, you should notice that everything seems to be focused. When the Pocket 3 is too close to your subject, you're going to get this blur in the background. This creates a more interesting and somehow cinematic feel, which is very similar to what we get with cameras that are more expensive. Another feature on the Pocket 3 is the tracking system that it has. You can track a person or an object by double tapping them on the screen. The tracking is very sticky, and for solo content creators or vlogging style videos, it is very useful and will greatly help with the framing. This makes my life easier when I do some movements like orbit shots, and you can change the composition using one of the preset tracking points on the screen, and I do like the smooth movements that you can get with this. When it comes to the battery life, the Ace Pro 2 can record for 2 hours and 5 minutes using 4K at 24 frames per second. And at 4K and 60 frames per second, I was able to record for 1 hour and 25 minutes. The Pocket 3 using 4K and 24 frames per second will record for 2.5 hours, and at 60 frames per second, it will record for 2 hours. But the battery can be replaced on the Ace Pro 2, so you can buy as many as you want. But I think that buying the combo that comes with one extra battery for just $20 extra is a no-brainer. The battery on the Pocket 3 is not replaceable, but you can get this battery handle that you can attach at the bottom of the camera, and this will charge the main battery up to 60%. It feels a bit expensive at around $69, but you can get one if you buy the Creator Combo, or with that amount, you can just get a power bank and buy yourself a nice dinner. The internal microphone on both cameras are good enough for everyday videos, but Insta360 came up with this wind guard that goes on top of the internal microphone. The design is very simple, but it looks really cool and it does a great job reducing the wind noise. But the Ace Pro, super big screen, looks really nice. I'm gonna have to see how it comes out when I edit. But the Ace Pro, super big screen, looks really nice. I'm gonna have to see how it comes out when I edit. You can also use external microphones. The DJI Mic 2 and the Mic Mini are going to work with these two cameras. And if you don't want to buy the full combo, you can buy the transmitter by itself for less than $100 and use a direct connection with either one of these cameras. I believe that these two cameras are a very good choice. The good news is that after testing them out, none of them overheated using 4K at 24 or 60 frames per second. The Ace Pro 2 is a more durable device. The lens cap can be replaced if something happens to it. The electronic stabilization offers more peace of mind by not having moving parts. The low light performance is quite good, and this is a camera that is packed with multiple quality of life features like the pause record option, record cancellation, gesture controls, and a new mega field of view, which has the benefit of a wide-angle view with a very low distortion. On the other hand, we have the DJI Pocket 3. This is a solid option if you're looking to have a higher image quality in the day and in low light situations. For me, the Pocket 3 is perfect not only for content creators, but also for those of you who want to record everyday videos with family or friends. With the downside that it is more fragile. It's not waterproof, the gimbal will have some movement limitations, and it's more expensive, and not everyone wants to pay a premium price for a camera like this. I really don't mind about those limitations, but I would like to know what you think about that. In the end, choosing one or the other will depend on what you value the most. The links to these two products are going to be down below, and if you use any of them, it will support the channel. Please don't forget to give this video a like if you found it useful. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Bye.